Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to my channel. I received my order from Lyndon Ravenscroft. It's the last two books that I picked up from her, book 6 and book 7. So you've probably seen a flip through of this book here. It's the last book that came out. I'll do a quick flip through. Like in book 1 that I was received as a gift, this is also done on the really thick paper and in her gorgeous style here. The Fairies Dragons. So this is book 7. You probably have seen flip throughs of this already, and drawings, colorings. Jack Frost is really cool. Like I said, really thick paper. Sometimes hard to figure out if you're turning 2 or 3 or 4. Isn't she pretty? And I love this page too. The little face expression is adorable. And we have the bird here, little guy here. You got little dudes, look at the little frog. Or chameleon or whatever he is. His little tongue is adorable, and the snail. It's just a really cute page. This little guy. I love how this page is going to be all colored up. It's just gorgeous. And the Queen of Summer and Knee Oak, the Enchantress, which reminds me of the Queen of Hearts, to her all in red. Beautiful. Okay, last page. So that is book number 7. Set that over there, and this is book number 6. Refresher course if you've seen these before. I'm going to do a page in this one. So they all have the little title down here so you know what you're coloring. Bad Hair Day here. She's got snails up in her hair. I can say I've not had that problem before. Okay, let's see. We're going to go back and forth on this book. I love these little mushroom houses. They are so cool. Entwined. This is the page I'm going to be coloring. Isn't that just gorgeous? Oh. Anyway, I saw that and I have to color that page before I do anything else. This one is really pretty too. This is the front cover. They took the front little portion off of the front cover. So it's like that much. Another one. And then this one, very detailed. Peacock feathers. Big paragraph of what it is down there. Tree fawn. Healing fairy. Windy day. Keeping his hat on. Winter spirit. And the field poppy fairy. The cute little dude there. And that's the last page there. So we're going to get back to our little dragon we're going to color. I think it's in here. Right there. Okay. So I'm going to get the camera down, set y'all up, and we're going to color in this little guy right here. Okay, we're down a little bit closer. I'm going to use the Spectrum Noir color tints. I don't have a case for them, so I just stuck them in here. I did a swatch of them, and you guys were so kind to tell me how to pronounce a couple of these pencils. So I'm going to use the Rockwell, the Blue, the Verditer, and the Dusky Lilac, if I can find them in here. There's the lilac one. Stay. Oh, the blue. No, that's the ocean, but that is really pretty too. Where's the ocean one? Yeah, we might use that. Okay, they want to roll. I'll just keep them here. Try to Rockwell, which is a deep, deep, gorgeous bluish color, and we also need moss, which I like a lot. Seaweed's pretty too. We're doing it in blues and greens. Not that green. Moss. And I still have not got that other blue out that I want. Heritage blue is pretty too. They're all pretty. This one maybe. No, that's blueberry. There we are. This one. Hard to pronounce name. Okay, so we have blues, we have one of purple, and we have, do we have more than one purple? I think these sets only came with one purple. Okay. This is the chart I'm going off of. So we've picked this one here, which is absolutely a gorgeous color. And then I picked the lilac, which this is when it's just colored straight on, mixed with water when it's colored straight on, and then off the plastic. This is the Rockwell over here, which I thought is gorgeous. That's the ocean if I brought it out. Moss, and then a seaweed. So that's our color palette. Hopefully. First time using these, so this is going to be fun. I pull out the palette in case something just hit the floor. I'd probably just move that palette to color them down on if I need to do that. And then we'll use them as colored pencils. So let's see. What color should I start with first? We're going to do the Rockwell Blue and put some of that down in some areas. And then I will just use it straight off the page. I'll color right on the page. So we're going to see how this works. How this goes down. Put a little down in here. Kind of going down in the dark areas. So this is like the front, and then you have the fin that comes out this way. So we're going to try this just down in the front here first. The little hair that goes back there. So we'll try it in this area. We're going to add a little water to that. Let's see if this is clean. Get a washcloth out. Should be. Okay. Then we'll just go down in these areas. So how are you all doing? I hope you're all well. Got cold here last night. Had to grab a blanket. Quite unusual for me. I usually have the fans going and the heat turned off at night. I'm going to put a little on the board here. I scribbled it down there. And then I'm just going to lift it up off of there and darken some areas up. Really like this color. Okay, so far. I think we'll put a little of this up under his jaw here. We may just end up with a blue dragon. I love this color. Going where it's the darkest and just adding that, and then using a little bit more water and blending it out. Oh, that's a pretty color. Maybe not the best color for a dragon, but really pretty color. Well, we'll leave that on the board. We're going to throw in some green in here. I have the moss green and the seaweed. One of them's a little more brown. So we'll go with that one first. And we're going to throw some of that in here on the blue one. I'm going to mix those two together. Try to avoid his little teeth. Okay, I'm going to bring some of that up into the spikes here. He's looking kind of cool. I'm going to throw some of that lilac in there too. A little too much water up there. Too much water. Sorry. And my cat is biting me. Hold on a moment. Okay. Gave him a couple of treats, so he'll leave me alone for a bit. And we'll get back to coloring this. So I'm mixing up all the colors, which is always a fun thing to do. Put a little more of that up here. I'm going to put some over here. You guys ever get a book and just see a page in it and want to sit down and color it before you do anything else? I wanted to try out these pencils too. So I'm mixing the purple in with the seaweed to get kind of a purple hue in with the brown, or the purple hue in with the green, because it is a green. It'll make a brown, but hopefully I get enough purple in there so it doesn't look too brown. I should say lilac, because it's a lilac color. Okay, now we do the big ones back here. I can always tell when I get too much water on there. It just shines up the page. Move on to a different area. And then that blue is going to go in here. Throw a little of that lilac on that side of it. And blue on the other side. I'm going to need a little more of that dusky color over here. There we go. Okay, I'm going to throw in some ocean. The other colors I didn't use. What's this one? The blue one with the pretty name that I can't pronounce. This one here. And ocean. And we're going to mix those two and bring them into put it in the shadows here. Just blend that in with everything. It's a pretty color too. Give it a quick wash over everything. I'm gonna water it down a lot. Then just go over everything so we have color on everything. Yes, it's a car muffler going down the road. One of the high schoolers thinks that's a cool sound going down the hill. I told you I live up on top of a very tall hill. 500 feet from bottom to top, and I'm at the top. So when you go down the hill, you do not need to put your gas on at all. So when they go down, that's all you hear is their mufflers. Pop, 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 pop. Really annoying at late hours at night. But the kid thinks it's cool, so. Can't complain too much. I think these colors are just awesome in him. Okay, a little more up here. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. I'm going to take some of this seaweed and moss. I'm going to put them back on the board here. We're going to do a little bit of the mushroomy things down here. So there's like a, not sure, a hut, a house. Just going to bring it all the way down, give that some color. And put a little bit of that on the mushrooms. Go over those with a color too on top. This can be, you know, grass going up, so we're going to throw some of that in there. Down here on the rocks. And over here on the leaves. Okay, we need some browns. I know we have browns. Should probably look in the book. Yeah, I should probably look in the book. I'll move that for a second. Color tints back here. Okay. Chianti is the one you guys helped me out with. So that is supposedly a wine. I can tell you right now, I don't know much about wine. So let's see. That was a cool color though. I like that one a lot. Let's just roll all of these around my desk. Vintage Rose is a good one. That one's a good one too. Rust is always pretty. Okay, let's find the one I'm looking for. There we go. Okay, and then browns. Clay is a good one, and earth green. Where's earth green? The color tops of these are not the best to try to find a color through. Earth green is probably a brown top. Here we go. The earth green. Okay, warm gray is also a really pretty color. So we got clay. Yeah, we'll get warm gray. Warm gray, where's warm gray? There we go. Okay. These are the ones I've been using. What are you? Clay. Okay. Gonna be scribbling these down. So I've got clay, Chianti, warm gray, vintage rose, earth green, and Adobe. We're going to put all those down here and see which ones we're going to pick up. Which one's this? Earth green. I like that color a lot. Why don't we just start with that one? It's kind of a brown. Put a little of that on the mushrooms. And we got like tree roots in here. we have a little of the, what was the first one I put down here? Boy. It's a little bit of red. I think it was the Adobe. Not positive. So we put that down. Throw a little of that in the leaves too. Got darker brown in there. This one's the clay. Yeah, it's a little bit darker. That's what I want. Don't want too much down there. What's this one? I'll throw a little of the Chianti in there to put the, that one, we'll take that one out. Little up here. Then we have the rocks, and we want to do those in the warm gray. Which has got that reddish tone in it too, so. Yep. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Use those. Tried to keep my pencils organized on my desk, so I make sure I get them all in the description box for you. There's Caremel here. Gonna try some of that on the tree branches. It's a little brighter, but I kind of want them. If you notice, I put it down, I let it sit there for a while, and then I go back with a wet brush and pull off what I don't want, leaving a bit of that color there. Kind of moving it around in the other areas. Blend it up. There we go. There. All right. Now we're going to pull in a little tiny bit of pencil. That one goes up there. So we're going to move that palette out of my way. And we're just going to go back in with the same colors we had. We're leaving this one alone because it is wet, and we're going to go in up around here. So I want to get the blues and the purples I was using. So the Rockwell Blue, we're going to go in here and deepen up this color. Anywhere you want to darken it, so the shadow areas, and just blend it out. You're blending it out on its own color, so that's really kind of fun. And these have got kind of a waxy feel to them, so it's even cooler. I think I'm going to like these. They need to make more, bigger set. I mean, he looks really cool, and I haven't even done his eye yet. I am having to put down a pretty hard pressure to get this to go on this paper, but that's okay. A little bit more over here. Okay. Going to bring in a little of the one I can't pronounce. Got to turn the book here. I'm going to get the tips of those. Okay, now the lilac. I'll make sure that that lilac comes in here too. Darken some of those areas and leave some of them really light. Oh, those are sweet colors together. I'm sorry. Really liking how this is turning out. I'm going to put a little of this up by his eye too. There. Oh, this guy over here needs a little more purple in it. I'm going to add just a bit in here too. Just like that. Oh, that looks cool. Okay, we're gonna have to work on his eye. Hold on a second. Okay, the eye to me is going the wrong direction. It should go down this way. So what I'm gonna do is go over a couple of these areas and then make a slit down it. I'm gonna start off with a little bit of Posca. I don't know if I can erase these lines in this book that much. I'm going to get out the eraser. I'm going to see if I can't lighten that area there and that area up there. Okay, I can. All right. So we kind of have it going down in a slit now. We are going to darken it with a little, this is black from the Light Fast area, our pencil set, and we're going to just kind of darken that area there. Like that. We're going to throw in some rust and Maize into his eyes, kind of make him like a fiery-eyed dragon. And we'll see how this goes. Throw a little of that in there too, maybe. Let's see. so we want the back of the eye darker. I'm going to get rid of the white areas because we can go back and put those in with the Posca. Lighter up here. Not sure how far down that eye goes. Get a little tissue. It's a little blobby in the back. Go. We'll throw a little earth green into that because that's a pretty color. All right, we'll just let that dry. I'm going to work down here on the mushroom area. We have a new color, so we might as well bring some rust down on these. And I'll throw a little into the whatever this is. When you don't know, you just call it a something. This color here is the Adobe. Darken underneath the mushroom caps. We need a gray of some sort. Armory Grey we're going to put on the rocks. There's not very many, but we want them a little grayer than red. So we're just going to add it in there. I'm going to bring in some grass green and throw on the leaves here. That's a leaf over there. What else do we have? Leaf green. Throw a little of that in there. Want a variation of color on them. We even throw a little of that in the mushrooms. And in whatever that is. And up in this area. Okay, now in his eye here, maybe I can find I don't have a black in these pencils, which they should have given me a black. Would have been nice. They need to put a black in their set. Usually have about 5 black pens out here on or pencils down on my desk. I have to go digging for one. I don't like the light fast. It's a little well, thick. I want a finer line. Light fast or softer pencils. I need a harder pencils. I was looking for the polychromo, but it doesn't seem to be out on my desk. So, oh, so sorry. Here we go. Oh boy. And it's got a nice sharp point. So we're gonna point that eye up a little. Maybe even go back in with the eraser. Do that to it, and we'll go in with the rust here and go around that part. This part of the eye should probably be part of the I don't know what you call it. You have the eyeball, you have the little skin that comes out from the eyeball. That thing. We're going to throw a little moss up here. Push hard and get it nice and deep underneath that area. And throw a little of that up here too. Right on the moss. What other color do we have here? The seaweed. Still working with the seaweed. Cool. Okay, there is a box outline around here and then some shadowed areas here. I'm going to do that with Distress ink, and I'm really hoping I'm not going to mess up with any of the watercolor graphite pencils we put down. Yep, that is my cross my finger moment. So I'm going to put some washi tape around the edge here, and then we're going to ink and bring that ink in under. Blah, blah. I'll be right. All right, so I taped it up. Wanted to do that off screen just because my other hand is not working terribly well, and doing that kind of stuff is not helpful. Okay, I'm going to use one of these, and we're going to bring some color down and around here. I pulled out a lot of different colors. One, I brought out some shaded lilac that I may want to put in the wings just because it's a pretty color and it matches everybody so well. I've got some wild honey, some tea, some corduroy, and some vintage photo. and a blank piece of paper so I can rub it on there and see which one we like. So let's open them all. Go with the lightest first, which I don't know which one's the lighter. I can't open that. There we go. Open it with that hand. Okay. So this one is tea dye, which is a lot brighter than I thought it was. That might not be bad. Okay, and this one is wild honey. I don't know, wild honey looks better. So let's keep that one out. Darker to that would be the brushed corduroy. Which is nice and dark. Or we could go with the vintage photo. Which section haven't I used here? Well, I think we're going with the wild honey, and then I will decide what color I want to bring in on top of that. Wild honey is going to be a nice contrast to everybody else. I don't have a clean foam, so we're going to use one of these little domed guys. Minus that little piece of paper. They're a little squeaky, but it'll work. Okay, so we're going to rub that right all over this thing. Okay, we're going to take this and we're going to rub it all over the paper. You may think this is a waste of ink. I'm loading the brush. That's how I do it on my other ones. You're pushing the ink into the foam so you don't end up with little sketchy spots. I'm putting this on some kind of cardstock paper so it sinks in a little better. So I'm just going to take it up to this corner. I'm going to put it on the tape, not on the page first, so up here on the tape, not over the tape, but on the tape. And I'm just going to start bringing it in, staying on the tape, and we're just going to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to go across. I want it darker up in here. We're not going to go behind here. Okay, we're not going to go all the way down either. This is kind of an abstract type of getting our line on our pretend box. We really want it bright down here, so just add more ink. You don't have to rub it hard. This is a gentle, very soft application of ink. Barely touching the paper. Okay, keep that in mind. You don't want to push really hard. So I'm taking the ink. You see how hard I pressed up here because I wanted to get it into the ink. You don't want to do that. You want to do that, which is very, very, very soft. So you're barely touching it. You don't even need to put much pressure on it to get a little ink down. If you want it darker, just go over it again and over it again. Okay, you'll get it darker that way. We're going to go around his face here a little bit. So I'm just going to pull it up. If some of this gets into him, that's fine. I just don't want him looking like he's not part of our box. And just lightly bring all that color out. Do the same thing around him down here. We want to make this bright, so we're just going to add it a little heavier down there. There we go. I think that looks kind of cool. We're going to use one of those little tools. Do I have a... What do I have here? I have a brushed corduroy ink bottle. This is a re-inker, by the way. Yep. And I know I have a tray somewhere in here. Yep. There we go. Oh, that is heavy. A ceramic tray for watercolors. We're going to put a little dot of this. See how far over I can get the page in this little tray here. Okay. So this is what you use to re-ink up your pads. It's just a little bottle. You would pour it all over the felt on that and let it sit for a while, and you would have your pad re-inked. I just need one of these out here. Okay, here we got one. I'm going to put water in that because that is uber concentrated. Probably isn't the way you say that, but it is very, very, very dark. So we're going to add some water to it and mix that up. I'm going to set this little guy, see how this works. It was mentioned to do this the way we're watering it down a little and it's not too overwhelming. It's not going to give us much color either, but that's okay. It's always fun to try different things. I really don't know. Oh, okay. See, I'm tilting it and it's sucking it up the pen here. Now what's it going to do? I guess you can draw with it. This color isn't dark enough, so I'm going to add another little dribble of this stuff in it. Okay. Well, it got a little funky down here, so we'll just try to fix that up. Okay. Again, not sure if I'm using these correctly, but I mean that's going to have ink in it, so if you want to make your own ink pens, that's one way of doing it. The ink has traveled all the way up here, so if you want to use these for like if you have any kind of ink bottles, you could put this in the ink bottle and it'll fill up and you'll have a pen that you can use. I'm going to try to ink a little of that. What was I using? Corduroy. And make that look a little tiny bit better. Hopefully. Oh boy. Okay, on top of that, we're going to get out my favorite little stamp in just a second while I hang up that phone. Where's my little stampy here? We're going to take the stamp, the itty bitty stamp here, and we're going to stamp up here and add it some of those little dots, especially right in there where that pen kind of went plump, plump, plump all over. This will help disguise any of those little pen marks that I didn't like. Also bring up some fun texture in our page here. There we go. Just a few more up in that area. There. Okay. We're also going to ink a little bit of this area down here, which I have to move everything so you can see, because right now you can't see. Move that out of the way. Just right down in here, we're going to take the little corner here. It's a round. That's round. Go right on it, put it down, and pull. Okay. There we go, and we'll put some little dots down there too. Whoa, that was a lot of little dots, but that's okay. There we go. Lighten those up a little bit. If we don't like how we got the brown in here, we're going to just go around. Erase that a little bit, and we'll go in with the color that we had. Whatever to do. Don't use those over there. Whatever I do, I can move that out of the way. Find the blue. This is the Rockwell Blue, which is the darkest. And we'll just go in and shade that up a little bit, just to give it a bluer look. Brown and blue does look nice, but we're going to make it look like we did that on purpose by adding a little color in there. Okay. Okay, and we're going to get a little of this shaded lilac in there. We're going to use a mini tool. Get some of that color out and get some brown in it. I don't want the brown, I want the purple. Isn't that a nice bright color? And we're just going to take this, put it down, and pull it up. Okay. Got a little more blue to it. Going up the face. All right. Lost the lid. Not good. Got another one open. Okay, let's take off our washi tape. We got a little up here. It's okay. I can get rid of that. You can use water it down and blur it out. You can erase it. I have an eraser that'll take that out. This one won't do it. But I have a sandpaper type eraser. Okay, just gonna try to get the tip. Sorry about the phone calls. I usually don't get them. And softly try to take that out while it's wet. It'll take some of it out. It's Distress ink and it is water soluble, so you can put water on there and just break it across the page. And I'll fix that up a little bit. I'm going to throw a little of that in the trees down here. This is just the ink pad I used for the brown areas up here. Throw some of that in there too. So yeah, I'll get that erased and then I'll take a picture of it, put it at the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun. We're going to put a little Posca in his eye up here too. Let's see, I'll put one here and fill that one in there. There we go. Anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you in another video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions, leave them in the description box down below, just question box down below, whatever you call that, comment section. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye now.